disassembly of the TWSBI Diamond 580. What you see here can pretty much also generalise to the TWSBI Diamond 540. First, unscrew the cap and put it away. Then unscrew the section. It should be fairly easy to just push out the nib unit from behind this part. Then you can take off this middle bit, which is not present on the 540. It's only there on the 580. If necessary, you can pull out the nib and feet unit from the nib collar. They are friction fit, but be careful you don't crush some of the fins on the bottom side of the feed. Notice that there is a little rubber O-ring right there. Careful you do not lose that. Then there is the piston housing unit. It's fairly simple. Make sure the piston is screwed all the way down and take the TWSBI wrench that is supplied with the pen. There are notches there which you just slide the tool into. Then turn to the right. The entire piston housing unit comes out like this. You got the piston, that is the actual seal, the piston rod, which just unscrews like this. Apply a little bit of silicone grease to the actual seal and to the threads on the piston to ensure smooth operation. Also note that the piston can be popped off for extra cleaning. The piston housing unit contains a couple of items. First of all, there is the piston turning knob. It can be unscrewed like this. Then there is the piston guiding unit, which consists of two items, or contains two items. It doesn't really matter. There's two bits of your pen, you got hole in your hand, that's all there's to it. God. So you got this here. What you do is you got this end, which is a little not round, and the end that is round. The end that is not round is where the piston goes into. Then you have the actual guiding unit, which can only fit in one way. So if you kind of lose your way, it's not a problem. It will not fit in like this, only like this. So when you want to assemble it again, make sure this is in there, and then screw the piston turning knob all the way down. And once you've got that, just screw it back a bit, something like this. Then take your piston, put it in there, and screw it back in place. You now notice two things. First of all, the piston is all the way to the back, giving you maximal incapacity. And secondly, the turning knob is tightly against this plastic. If you don't like that, give it one more twist. Then put this back. The fit here will be even tighter, but as you can see, there's a small gap there. In all honesty, it's unlikely to influence your incapacity significantly. Such a small difference will not make a difference. If that even makes sense. Alright, unscrew this bit so that you can get that tool in there again. Take your tool, this time turn to the left. The left is actually that way. Smooth operation. Then make sure there is no silicone grease in your hands. Take the nib collar. Note that there is a specific way to put the nib and feed back in there. The nib should slide onto the section, so you know you're holding it the correct way. Then turn it around . Yes, there is a specific way, check something there, there is a specific way to do this. So if it doesn't fit, if it doesn't go in, the nib and feed do not go in all the way, turn the nib collar a bit until everything slides in comfortably. Then make sure the O-ring is pushed all the way up there. Take the little metal bit, put that on there, and take the plastic part. In the case of the 540, the metal part is not there, it's just plastic, and it has little notches which have to be aligned with ridges on the nib collar. Be very careful to align those properly, otherwise this bit may crack. Take the barrel and screw the section back in place. Do not over tighten, it's plastic and it will crack. Put the cap back in place, put it down and make yourself some haggis.